Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Kate Arnell. I hope you're well. I've only just realised that rhymes. Late to the party. Today we're talking about some inspiration for this year's Earth Hour. So WWF's Earth Hour is a global movement that is calling for international action to tackle climate change and wildlife loss. Now, I'd always thought of Earth Hour as being a time when you just switch off your lights and sit in a bit of darkness for an hour and contemplate how you might have a more positive impact on the world moving forward. So for last year's Earth Hour, we actually turned off all of the lights and most electrical items in our flat, and I insisted that we play Scrabble by candlelight for a whole hour. I think my husband actually did enjoy it in the end, but I sort of ambushed him and said, look, it's Earth Hour happening in about 10 minutes. And interestingly, since then we have started turning off most of our electrical equipment, so things like our Wi-Fi box, our TV, things are no longer on standby, and yeah, we basically turn things off at the plug. And I know it seems like a really small act, but it's very easy. It's become part of our sort of shutting down, hunkering down before bed routine. And I actually quite like the idea that we don't have a bunch of electrical equipment on in our flat, sort of sapping up energy for no good reason. I actually found that last year's Earth Hour has had a very positive impact on the rest of our year. Even though we just sat and played Scrabble by candlelight, clearly I was thinking about it in the background of my mind going, maybe we don't need to leave things on plugged in at the plug all night long. Earth Hour happens on the 24th of March, which is a Saturday this year, between 8:30 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. local to you. So it kind of has this ripple effect across the world, which is kind of nice. Apparently it looks pretty awesome from space, but sadly just couldn't get to space this year. So this year WWF are calling on everyone to make a promise to the planet for Earth Hour. So whether that's something on a wider scale, like choosing to take public transport instead of the car, or maybe switching to reusables instead of disposables, or whatever it is, they're asking you to think about what positive impact you can have, which I think is a great idea. Then I was like, well, why don't we just turn Earth Hour into a really productive hour to help kickstart those good habits? So for this, I've actually teamed up with two other awesome people, Holly from the blog Leoty Lovely and Natalie from the blog Literally Natalie. They're both writing inspirational blog posts on this with tips and tricks and ideas that you can take on board that might inspire you to do something positive this Earth Hour. So I decided to cobble together some suggestions of things I've either personally done myself or hope to do this Earth Hour that might inspire you. Let's get saving the planet. Switching to a green energy supplier. So this is something that I did a few years ago, and then I switched again to an even greener one last year, and it was all done via my laptop. It took only a matter of minutes to enter my information, and then the process was very straightforward. There are actually quite a few green energy suppliers to choose from at the moment. Personally, I'm with Good Energy and I really like them. Other ones include Ecotricity or Bulb. Basically, try and find one that is local to you and that has a local source of green energy. Whilst I was geeking out on this, interestingly, just by turning down your thermostat by 1 degree Celsius, you can save around like 90 quid a year, which is no bad thing. So put on a cardigan or a jumper and some slippers and turn that thermostat down. Just one damn degree Celsius. Signing up to services that can help reduce waste. So for example, I'm signed up to a milk delivery which comes in returnable glass bottles. It's just very easy, very simple. I signed up online, which took no time at all. There's actually a guy in London called Milkman, M-Y-L-K-M-A-N, and he delivers nut milks in glass bottles, if that's more your vibe. I also have a box of plastic-free loo roll delivered to my door. It's by Who Gives a Crap, so if you guys have watched this channel for a little while, you'll know I'm a little bit of a fan of them. I think Tushy is another brand, or you can go online and find places that service hotels and are likely to deliver loo roll without plastic in just a large cardboard box. There are also several zero waste delivery to your door services available now that have cropped up recently. I'll link a bunch of them in the info box below if you want to check them out. But basically you can buy things like dry goods and cleaning products and have them delivered to your door, either in paper or refillable jars or containers. It's a great idea, especially if you don't have anything like a bulk refill store near you. I also signed up to my local library online, and it's something I've been meaning to do for quite a while. And whilst I do love having a few books that I like to refer back to, especially on ones around topics that I'm really passionate about, it's a great way of joining the sharing community. Use the time during Earth Hour to sign a petition or two, or 3 or 4, depending on what you're passionate about and what you feel is going to benefit the environment. I'll put a few links in the info box to ones that I'm personally passionate about if you want to check them out. But there are quite a few out there, and depending on the cause that is dear to your heart, choose a few and sign. If you want to follow up and get even more active, I guess is the word, you can also write to your local politician. There's a website called Write to Them, and that allows you to contact your local representative and share the issues that are concerning you and make your voice heard. Switch to an ethical bank. Now, this is something that has been on my list of things to do for a while. So I've started the initial process, which was basically signing up via email. I'm looking to join Triodos. I really like what they stand for. They invest a lot in small startups, especially ones based around sustainability, which is really cool. And they've just launched their current account. I'm going to put a link to a brilliant blog post that Holly from Leoty Lovely has written all about choosing ethical banking and why it's so important, and how such a simple action from many individuals can have such a huge impact. And she's also got a great list of ethical banks from around the world as well, so if you want to check that out, please do. Plant something, anything, and try and keep it alive if you can. So a few years ago I started planting things like herbs and a few vegetables on my tiny balcony, and it has been super rewarding and fills me with so much joy to see these things grow, and the fact that I haven't killed them off is just a bit of a bonus. Just pulled this up and I thought maybe I'd have like one potato underneath, but I've got quite a few growing, so that's really exciting. Enormous plant though, look how huge that top part is. Also the chard went kind of nuts actually, it grew really well in this soil, which used to be a kind of compost pile. Oregano, or oregano, as some people might say. And then we've got some sage here, and they're all flowering, so it's really nice. I think it might be an onion. And this year I want to plant some more wildflowers, because I planted some on our balcony last year, and I definitely noticed a few bees and butterflies were pretty taken with them. So since the 1930s, the UK has actually lost around 97% of its wildflower meadows, and they provide such a crucial habitat and source of food for pollinators, so things like butterflies and bees. And it's been really sad to sort of see them disappear. We actually saw one down in Cornwall that was just so beautiful. Every time we walked down to a little area called Frenchman's Creek, we walked past this incredible wildflower meadow. And then the last time we went back, I think there was a new owner on the land. It had completely been like cut down, and it was just so sad. I actually have some little seed bombs, and I used them last year, and they've been really great at growing a selection of diverse wildflowers. So yeah, personally I'm going to plant something during Earth Hour, and I feel like it's a really nice way of reconnecting with our natural cycles and with our seasons, and yeah, it's actually kind of fun. It seems like a very small, simple act, but I think it can have a huge impact. And finally, why not spend Earth Hour watching a documentary? Granted, Earth Hour is only an hour long. Shocking, I know. And most documentaries are probably longer than an hour, so you'll be putting in some extra time, which is only going to get you brownie points with Planet Earth, I'm pretty sure about that. They're a great way of helping to open our eyes to bigger issues, and there are some amazing environmental documentaries around at the moment. Personally, I love a good documentary, and some of the ones that I've found really interesting are A Plastic Ocean, Mission Blue, Tapped, Baggett, Kinghorn, GMO OMG, The True Cost, An Inconvenient Sequel. So yeah, there are quite a few to choose from. Pick one, snuggle down and educate yourself. On a quick little side note, I would love it if more people sort of educated themselves about soil health, which ain't a sexy topic. I'm going to tell you that now. I keep thinking I want to do a video about soil health, and I'm like, how can I make that sound exciting or interesting? But basically, the health of our soils, I feel, have got such a crucial role to play in our own health, in our environment, and will play a crucial role in the fight against climate change. And it's a topic that I feel is kind of largely ignored at the moment, and it's been on my mind for a couple of years now. So yeah, I want to use Earth Hour to start jotting down some ideas about how I can communicate our soil health issues. Watch this space, guys. I'll be talking dirty and telling you what it's soil about. So there you go, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you got maybe a few ideas there of what you might like to do during Earth Hour. If not, don't worry, because Holly from Leoty Lovely and Natalie from Literally Natalie have both written some amazing blog posts filled with alternative ideas of what you might want to do during Earth Hour. But basically, let's make it the most productive Earth Hour ever, okay? Sign a pledge if you're feeling up for it, but at the very least, make a promise to yourself and the planet that you're gonna do good this year. You're gonna do real good.